Hello, everyone out there. Hello, concerned citizens. We are the team behind MyPeriodDataIsMine. We are working furiously at creating the first encrypted and password-protected period tracker there is that will keep all of your data on your phone without sending it into the cloud. So we have Marcel, who will talk you through the technical aspect of it all, and you have me, who is looking at funding and keeping our project going. And we're here to give you a bit of an update of what has happened before giving you our summarizing thoughts on what we're going to do over the next few days and weeks. Marcel, do you want to give us a deep dive on the technology, please?
Well, it will be more of a shallow dive than a deep dive, but we've been, after last month's update, where we came across the SQL Cipher, which was the encrypted SQLite open source database, which allows us to encrypt the entire database, not just components of it, which means that the file itself that is stored on your phone will be encrypted. And the only way to decrypt it is by using your passcode. So we have been exploring that avenue, and it's proven to be quite successful. So we've successfully managed to create a database within the app, encrypted database, which can be decrypted only with the passcode that you select, so that when you first start up the application, you will be prompted to enter a passcode, your personal passcode for your database, and it will then encrypt the database that it creates with that passcode. And every time you open up the application, you have to enter that passcode to decrypt the database. If you forget the passcode, there is no way for you to recover the data. So there's no way for us to recover the data. There's no way for any authorities to recover the data. Even if your phone gets stolen and somebody gets access to the file on your computer, on your phone, they will not be able to access the data that's within their database without your passcode. So without you giving someone your passcode, the database cannot be decrypted. Obviously, what we want to do is also build in the ability for you to change your passcode, so that if you log in, you can, if you know what your passcode is, you can change your passcode. But the key point to remember is that without a passcode, that database is encrypted without anyone ever being able to access the data. So the data becomes yours and yours only, and that's private. The beauty of that is that it's then like any other database. So once the database has been decrypted, we can create an application that then accesses the database as if it was a normal database. So the same way any other period tracker can create a database that holds the data, we can then access that data. It also obviously allows us the ability to be able to back up your data. So you should be able to then back up your data, however you choose to back up the data, because that database encrypted file is backed up as well as an encrypted database file. So when you get a new phone and you download the app again onto your phone, the database can be restored onto your phone, and you can, with your passcode, open up the application as you did before. So it gets treated as a normal database in all respects, except for the fact that you have to have a passcode to be able to open up the database in the first place, when you first connect to the database. Looking into more from a technical point of view, it also is very efficient in the sense that it only decrypts the bits that it needs as and when you need it. So it's not like if the database gets bigger and bigger and bigger, as you get more and more data, that it gets slower and slower to decrypt. It only decrypts the actual content that you're looking at and wanting to view at the time. So that's a very efficient approach to accessing the data, the encrypted data as well. So I'm very positive that we found the right solution for encrypting the database, and we can now basically start working on the application, what functionality and things we will want going forward. And I think that's where we want input from the community as to what they would like to see in the application itself, as well as working with medical professionals that are interested in the data that you will have and be able to share that data with your medical professional. Again, you choose to share the data with whatever medical professional you want. That's up to you, and that's your choice. The data is yours, and you decide who to share the data with. So I think that's a very good, positive situation, stance where we're at, and we can now move forward with developing the application itself.
That's great news. So for all of those who are not technical out there, the reason why encryption is such a big thing is because it makes your data safe from anyone else. So it's like a safe, and you're putting your data into a safe, and not only is it in a safe that only you have the code to open, but it also will stay on your phone. So it's not going to go anywhere. And if, I don't know, law enforcement is going to ask Facebook or Google or Amazon or whoever else is providing the cloud, if they are asking for your data, they can't, because it's not there. You're the only person who has the data. And not only that, nobody can open the data unless you give them the code. So it's a very simple, elegant, perfect solution, and nobody needs to know that you have that app on your phone unless you tell them so. And that's why it's such a good product. What we haven't mentioned yet is it will be provided for free. So we're not going to ask for any money for the period tracker, because we think it should be there, it should be out there, it should be for free. But there are many free applications out there, some of them even a little bit similar, that they keep the data on your phone, but it's not encrypted. I've been testing many period trackers over the years, and none of them asked me for a password. There's one that I have found that is asking me to set up a code if I choose to do so. However, that particular one also states in uppercase letters that, or if we want to change our app and if we want to take your data and sell it, we can do so. So again, personally, I would not want anyone to know whether I menstruate, how often, when, and how I feel about it. If I'm missing a period, whether I'm stressed or whatever the background, I do not want people to know about it. Now, for the cynical people out there, and I'm including myself here, the question comes up, what is in it for us? Why are we doing that? And it's exactly what I just said. I would not want to know anyone about my period. I have worked in some rather toxic environments. I know how women are seen when they may take a day off because they're not feeling the strongest, and it's never a positive outcome. Never. I've not seen a single case of it. And for that reason, I'm seen as a human being and I deal with my own situation in my own way, rather than having people making assumptions about me based on data they may have received through some dubious ways. So that's in it for me, helping people like myself who are out there and who need a little bit of help to stay on top of the current situation. Now, when I say current situation, we started this project in 2022. One of the outcomes was the Dobbs decision in the United States. For those not familiar with it, the Dobbs decision was a decision by the United States Supreme Court, which basically meant that abortions can be and largely are illegal in the United States. So a lot of women don't have access to safe and legal abortions anymore. And when I say safe and legal, that is exactly what I mean. Abortions won't stop just because they're no longer legal. It just simply means they will be unsafe and the life of the woman is at risk. That's one area. Another area is that women who actually want children, who really are looking forward to being a mom, if there are complications and they need healthcare, they no longer have access to that healthcare. And that means that their own life can be at risk, the baby's life can be at risk. And well, guess what? If that woman dies in the process, no more babies from that woman. So there are a lot of aspects around the topic. All I want to do and all we want to do is putting a good product out there that keeps all of us safe. So what we have done over the last few weeks to make sure that our project continues is we have set up a Patreon page where you can become a member, get the new updates, join us here on the calls, ask questions, and also you can contribute to our GitHub activities. So please join up as a member. We will need funds to continue with this project and deliver it before the next elections. If you're technical, if you're security related, please join us. The project is on GitHub. It's a free and open source software project. Anyone can have a look at the code. You can scrutinize it. You can improve upon it. Please help us. If you're not technical, but you're good at talking or writing, help us as well. Um, you can hear my accent. I'm not the best at English, so we do need help in terms of our communication, fundraising, and simply getting the word out. Last but not least, we need people using the product. We should have the first downloadable version in the next week or two. It won't be the final version, it won't be great, but the functionality, the base functionality will be there. So if you want to receive it and be a first tester, do get in touch. I don't need to know your name. You can be completely anonymous. You receive the downloadable version. You will receive any further updates to it. And Marcel, being the technical genius that he is, will build it in such a way that once you have it on your phone and you're happy with it, you never need to uninstall and reinstall unless you choose to, because it's all about you and how you want to go forward with it. So, big call to action, help us out, become a member, donate to us, or volunteer in any of the different areas that we can need help with. And if not, download the app as soon as it's ready. We do collect emails. We will send out a news update as soon as it's ready. We will send out updates every time there's a new improvement on it. We will not spam you. As I mentioned, security, including your names, are very important. Are important that we keep them private. We don't want to know who. I'd love to meet you and know who you are ultimately, but I'd rather you are safe than I know who you are. So you don't have to use your real email address. You don't have to give us your real names. Just make sure you're safe and you get the app that you want. So get in touch with us, help us make this world a tiny little bit better, especially given that it appears as if, and some people hypothesize that Trump may be the next president. He now announced his running mate, his vice president nominee. And personally, I'm scared. I'm scared about what's going to happen to this world because of those nominations. I'm worried about the ripple effects throughout the world. The US is not the only country where period tracker data is being used to, well, to hunt down women, really. There have been cases in the UK, there have been cases in Poland, Belarus, some other countries as well. So please get in touch, or ultimately just check back on our website every now and then to see where we are. Download the app, use it. You don't need to tell anyone about it, but stay safe no matter what happens. Any words, anything else to add?
I would just add that, look in the description for the links. So put the links in the description.
Yes, I will. Will make sure that this is what I'll do later on today. Sorry, thanks a lot for that. Other than that, all I can say is check us out. Have a look on LinkedIn who we are. Um, if you want, email us. We're open. We're always here. I don't have my phone on loud, admittedly, but if you send me an email, I will get back to you within a day or two, as soon as possible. But as soon as I see your message, we just want to make this world a little bit better, and that's what we're here to do. So we are actually trying our best to get everything done before the next elections, so you can download it before new legislations come in to make apps like these illegal. Possibly, potentially, who knows what's going to happen. Anyways, enough from me. I'm quite passionate about this project, so if there's anything else, Marcel.
No, and if there's anyone out there that wants something in the application, or particularly if they wanted more than just on Android, because we're focusing on Android at the moment, then please get in touch and let us know what you're after and what you're trying to achieve and why it's important to you.
Thanks for that. Yes.
Yeah, it's a case of just get in touch, let us know how you can contribute, and if it's for whatever, even if it's just money.
Yes. Money, unfortunately, is a big thing at the moment. So we welcome any donations. We would be grateful. One area, as Marcel mentioned, is currently we're very much working on Android. If you do want to see it on Apple devices as well, we would need to fund that through fundraising efforts. So do get in touch. We're open to it. We can make it happen, but we need to know and see how many out there really want it. So get in touch, um, and let's talk. Let's just talk and be safe together.
Exactly.
Yeah. Good. I hope we will see some of you in our next month's call. It
Yep.
would be great to have more people on this call. You
Yep.
don't need to have your video on either. As I said, security, safety first. It's more important to me than anything else. So keep safe, and I hope to see you, hear you, or get to know that you're out there by next time. See you then.
Sounds good.
Bye bye.